Let's look at problem B. On problem B, we have x squared minus 4y squared equals 16. So right off the bat, we know that, again, this is a parabola because of the minus in between here, in between the x squared and the y squared. Now, the problem here with this one is that the right-hand side is not a 1. So we need to make it a 1 by dividing both sides, everything on both sides by 16. Well, then we have a 1 over 16 in front of the x squared. That can't be reduced in any way whatsoever, but on the y's, look, we have a 4 over 16, which is going to reduce to 1/4. And on the right-hand side, we did want this 16 over 16 to reduce to a 1. Now, notice, again, the x's come first. And that is a big deal when you've got the minus sign on hyperbolas. So because x's are first, that means that's our major axis, and that's the way we're going to open up, is along the x-axis. Again, notice that this one doesn't have any numbers inside of your x squared or y squared, so your center will be at 0, 0. Your A is coming from your major axis, the x. Again, remember your A is squared already. So let's see, it means your A will actually be just 4. Your B comes from the other denominator, which is again already squared. So that means your B is actually just 2, if it's already squared. I am going to need to find my foci at some point, so I can go ahead and, if I want to, get into the habit of doing c squared equals a squared plus b squared. Remember, if the formula has a minus, our c squared has a plus in it. It has a reverse. So a was, the major axis was 4, which gives us 4 squared, which is 16. The minor axis, which was y, was b, was 2 for its radius, which is going to give us 2 squared, which is 4. So that tells us that c squared is 16 plus 4, which when added together gives us 20. Now be careful, that means c, to actually find c, we actually need to take the square root of both sides, because this is only c squared, so we'll take the square root of both sides. And doing that gets us the square root of 20. And 20 can be broken down into 4 times 5. You can take the square root of 4. The square root of 4 will come out as a 2. You cannot take the square root of 5. The square root of 5 cannot be taken.